11 a.m., 28 degrees downtown. I win. I do. Barbara's screwing up her nose at me right now. Monday, the 8th of September, and I tell you what, we better, as soon as I find the right button, we better do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, so very, very happy to have you. And I tell you what, if you're a first-time viewer, why not do this? Why not sub, thumb, bell? Bingo. Bell notifications when we have important people, much like Rick Pierce Group today, believe me, coming out of Seattle. I'm really excited about this. Sub, you know what to do with that. Subscribe, become part of the family. We call it The Noise here at Galaxy, simply because, well, we do hear, read, and understand each and every item that you send to us. Thank you very much. And also, the thummy thing, you know what to do with that. Yeah, get epileptic with it. Go on, like us a lot. Tell you what, today we're talking to Rick Pierce from the Rick Pierce Group. Here's Brick by Brick. So how you feeling, Rick?
Feeling good.
Nice. You might find yourself having a bit of a giggle through this. I'll apologise up front, okay?
As long as it's at my expense.
Well, that could possibly be. You never know. But I got to say, I'm loving the toys in the background.
Yeah, well, this is where the magic happens.
Nice. I'm an engineer myself, but I take it that this is your workshop, not the mixing desk.
No, this is my workspace.
Right.
I recorded the lead for Brick by Brick here.
Nice.
But as I was telling Barbara, I'm competent to record myself here sometimes, and then I have to take the tracks to somebody that really knows what they're doing.
Right. I get you. Believe me, I've been doing it for about 40-something years now. I've worked in some of the best recording studios in the world, and I've also worked with some of the best bands in the world as front of house. I've travelled around the world with some of them. Had a good career, to be honest with you.
Right.
But I'm loving the gear in the background. I caught a glimpse of your Marshalls out over to one side there, and believe me, I'm a big fan of Marshalls. So,
yes, as you can see.
Not quite, but I did get a glimpse of it earlier on. Your three-piece stack. It's beautiful. It really is.
Yeah, there's more.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm jealous. I'll be honest, I'm jealous. Anyway, Rick, pleasure to meet you, sir. Welcome to the family.
Oh, thank you so much, Grant.
Believe me,
It's great to.
You have made quite the impression on the people who tune into us here. I've got to be very, very honest with you. We're not managing to get through a breakfast show without seeing your name at least once or twice in the lineup.
Oh, we're really thrilled by that.
Nice. Well, believe me, when we go live, I'll say hi to Judith Fisher as well, because we love Judith. She does such a great job. And I'm so pleased that she's put you guys onto us. Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, yeah.
We have about 50 odd seconds. Are you having fun playing with the dog? I've got one of the staff in here, and she's occupying my puppy.
Oh, what's your puppy's name?
Casey, and she's about 2 sacks of spuds heavy, and she's about 17 years of age. Really, she's big. That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today, absolutely elated, we're heading all the way over to Seattle, Washington to catch up with a young man by the name of Rick Pierce from the Rick Pierce Group. Welcome to Galaxy, Rick.
Hey, thank you, Grant. It's great to be here.
Absolute pleasure, my friend, and believe me, I've got to be honest with you, I hear a lot of bands every day, literally every day, but yours stands out. It really does. So much so that I've actually entered the whole playlist into my car, which is unheard of. I never do that.
Wow, we're honored.
So believe me, I'm absolutely fascinated with it. Of course, we're going to have a little chat about Brick by Brick. Then we're going to follow up with Remember That a Clan. I like this track. I really do. TikTok's in there, love, hate, and we're going to end it up with A Storm Is Coming. And believe me, I'm not too familiar with that one. I only got that one in last night. So very, very interested in that. So absolutely looking forward to everything. Thank you to Judith Fisher. Absolutely love your work. We really, really do. Now, we opened up the show by Brick, and I take it this is the title track from the album. Is that right?
Yes, that's right, Grant.
So tell me a little bit about it. Tell me about the lyrics in it.
Okay, well, the song was written by my collaborator Floyd Rose, who was we both played guitar in a band called Q5 that did fairly well in the 80s, and we kind of relit the flame a few years back and started collaborating on songs again. I contribute guitar, and Floyd does the lyrics, and I've been very fortunate over the years to have good lyricists to write with, and Floyd is among my favorites. I worked with Brad Sensel in TKO and Jonathan Kay in Q5 and wrote songs with them, and the lyrics, Floyd's lyrics are really evocative without being so explicit that you can explain what it's about. But it's definitely about the political currents going on right now, but nothing more explicit than that.
Yeah, well, fair enough. But I do have a question for you then. Now that you put the toe in the water, is it still
Sure.
America? Is it still America?
Yeah. Is it still America? I wonder if it's the America I grew up in, but I think as long as people keep creative and free thinking, it will stay America.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I've always found that America is what you make it. Really, been there many times, in fact. Having said that, my friend, I do have a young lady coming out of the Utah state, and she's asking, Rick, as a fan, how do we get hold of you? Are you on TikTok? Are you on Facebook? Are you on X? Are you on Twitter? You know, do you respond?
Yes, I'm glad that they asked that. We are on Facebook. We have both a band page and I have a personal page that I mostly just use for music. I'm not super active on it. We have a website, rickpiercegroup.com, where you can access our music and CDs, downloads, that sort of thing, and news about the band.
Absolutely brilliant. Now, I've also got a young man by the name of Rob coming out of, he's coming out of Washington himself, not Washington State, but Washington City. And he's asking, Rob, as a fan as well, how do I get hold of some of your merch? I want to buy a t-shirt, cap, koozie, maybe a guitar pick. Have you got any way of guiding this young man to that?
For that I would also direct him to our website.
Brilliant.
Or rickpiercegroup.com.
Okay, and it is just Rick Pierce Group, not the Rick Pierce Group?
That's correct. Just rickpiercegroup.com or rickpierceguitar.com will work as well.
Fantastic. It's just that we want to make sure that people get to the right place, if you know what I mean. And
you can email us there. There's links to our Facebook there as well.
Very, very cool. remember the Vatican. Now, believe me, I'm absolutely loving this track, and in fact, it was the first track I've heard of yours. Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, it's the subject is obvious. It was the tragic terrorist attack on the French concert at the Bataclan Theater by the Angels of Death Metal, Eagles of Death Metal. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the song and thinking about Angels. But the song was very heavy. Floyd was especially affected by that tragedy. And this was one of the first songs that we collaborated on, and he deliberately tried to write the heaviest lyrics that could go with the heaviest music we could think of. Which we were trying to go stylistically like our 80s hits, which was "Steal the Light," and had a similar theme about being led from the darkness to the light, and the victims of this tragedy being led to the light.
Well, I tell you what, absolutely loving it, and the first track I've entered into my playlist for a long time. Here's Rick Pierce Group, and remember the Bataclan. How you feeling, Rick? You okay?
Yeah, feeling all right. How's it going?
Not too bad, not too bad. Do you remember James T. Kirk, Captain of the Enterprise, Star Trek, William Shatner?
Of course I do, yes.
Yeah. I see in the news this morning that his government has asked him to recall his lingerie line.
Oh, I didn't know that he had one.
Yeah, apparently Shatner Panties isn't a good name.
What is it?
Shatner Panties isn't a good name.
Oh, no. Oh. Now we're in for. Okay.
I'll let you keep that one. I will. You can have that one. Really. Oh, dear. So, Rick, Chris, Izzy, and Frankie. Very, very cool. Is Izzy a male or a female?
Izzy is a male.
Okay, you see, I've got a friend of mine in the UK. Her name is Izzy as well. So, I don't come up across too many Izzies, if you know what I mean. So, very cool.
Yeah, I think it may be Israel. Maybe it's a nickname for that. But no, Izzy is a longtime bandmate. We met on the road. We actually he lives in the Seattle area as I do. I live north of Seattle on Camino Island, and he lives in the Linwood area. But we've known each other for years. But we actually met in Germany. We were both on tour with different bands, and we realized that we were neighbors. And when the chance came to work together, we grabbed it.
That's weird how that happens, believe me. I've been around the world with a number of bands myself and bumped into other people. Then I've been walking down the main street of the biggest city we've got, and people have just rocked up and went, "You remember me?" And it's like, nah.
Yeah.
No, but
Okay. And in the Reaper in Hamburg. So that may not be that big a coincidence, since all the musicians seem to gravitate there. I don't know why.
Yeah, very, very cool. I haven't been to Hamburg for years. Must go back at some stage. But I do want to talk to you after this about promoting you a little bit more than what we can here at the moment, literally. And what I'll do is, by the way, how many countries are tuned in right now?
Countries. 162.
162 countries are tuned in. It's not bad.
Just today?
Yeah, well, right now, as we speak, yes. Listening to the radio version of this, because this is actually being recorded as well for internet purposes, if you know what I mean. But we are pumping out to how many cities?
6419.
Okay, 6,419 cities around the world are receiving us somehow, somewhere. But the number you want is the one I'll give you at the end of this. Literally, it's the IP addresses of all the computers that are tuned into what we're doing, if you know what I mean. So that one will impress you. It will. Barbara and I have been doing this for almost 12 years now, and when we first started, we thought we might be lucky to get 10 people. It's a bit bigger than that now, literally. And we're about to move into another country and set up some stuff there too. And I'll tell you about that after we finish this too, because believe me, it all ties in, and I think you'll be very impressed. In the meantime, that's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to Rick Pierce from Rick Pierce Group, and believe me, I'm absolutely loving his work, so much so that for the first time, not just one or two tracks, I put the whole shoot and caboodle into my playlist, and that doesn't happen often, it really doesn't. But Rick, I got to ask you, when I asked you about how can people get hold of you, I did ask you if you were, you know, a talker, literally, and I see one here called TikTok, so maybe, just maybe, you may want to explain, really, are you a talker?
I'm not known as being much of a talker, no.
Okay, well, believe me, unfortunately I am, and I get told all the time that I never shut up, so tell me about TikTok.
TikTok was that was the first song. Well, actually, it was the second song, but it was the first song that Floyd and I completed, and it was when I first realized that I'm gonna like doing this. We thought we'd be collaborating on songs for my band at the time, which was Q5, reformed Q5. Well, it changed in 2020 to be my main thrust was Rick Pierce Group, and TikTok was the first song that we finished, and it's when I discovered how Floyd's lyrics could bring up images and at the same time just take you places without being absolutely explicit about this is what I'm beating you on the head with, and I just find it just asks questions. It doesn't answer questions, but about the meaning of time. That's when I knew that the collaboration was working.
You know, I think Floyd Rose is a master in his own right. Believe me, I do love every part of this. I really do. So joining us live is Rick Pierce from Rick Pierce Group. Here is TikTok. It's getting warm in here. That's unusual. Look. Here,
where are you guys when I look at the map?
We're in the east coast of the North Island. So when you look at the map, it sort of comes down like that. We're at the top bit, right over the other side, if you know what I mean, not the closest part to you. It's beautiful Bay of Plenty. It really is beautiful down here. But we Kiwis, we're only happy 3 days either side of summer. It's quite true. But yet again, I was talking to an Englishman the other day, and he was saying to me that they only have 2 seasons, June and winter. I believe him. I've been there. I do.
Yeah. That sounds somewhat like I think Seattle stole that from them.
Ah, you're right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Strange. I thought that was Philadelphia.
Yeah, the Seattle Rain Festival.
Ah,
It's from July 31st to August 2nd.
oh, you should come to where I was brought up. Those folks have got webbed feet. It's that wet down there. It rains.
Yeah.
It rains all the time. It really does. It's very miserable. It really is. It's even worse is that they used to have employment down there. We had cement works and coal mines and everything like that, but that's a thing of the past now. We've got broken down old houses, to be honest. You know, it's sort of just part of the way life moves on. You know, everything's gravitating to bigger cities and nobody wants fossil fuel or anything like that. So, okay, what do? Move on.
Yeah.
My father used to blow stuff up in the coal mine for a living. Crazy man. He really was. True story, he would take us out to these lakes as kids, right? With a couple of sticks of dynamite, a bit of deadhead and a bit of, and he'd have a stogie cigar and he'd light it and be talking to you and everything. Your eyes are trained on his hand, right? And he'd just flick it over the side and boom.
Was that you call fishing?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's his word for fishing. Yep, it was. We also knew that we were the ones getting wet, getting it.
My brother-in-law is quite the outdoorsman, and he always threatens. Up on Camino Island, we actually get visited by whales here. Sometimes from you can't see out my window here, but we can occasionally see migratory whales.
Nice.
And then there are orcas that live in the it's called the Salish Sea.
Rick, just hold on to that thought for a minute. I've just got to go back. That's right, you're right, here at galaxy107fm, and today we're talking to Rick Pearce from Rick Pearce Group. Now, you were saying about orcas and stuff like this. That fascinates me. Now, believe me, down the South Island, where my uncle comes from, we have a place down there called Kaikoura, where, believe me, most of the whale species actually do arrive at different parts of the year, if you know what I mean, including orcas and stuff like that. So, believe me, fascinating about having that kind of view, because believe me, my uncle's got one that overlooks it, and people actually pay to go on boats and go out and have a little frolic around with these things. You know what I mean?
Yes, they come here sometimes too.
Yeah, well, believe me, my uncle just says, listen, I just go out to the balcony and have a look. I can see them all the time. So, fantastic. I love that. I really, really do. And congratulations. Yeah, I would love to be able to witness it from your windows, if you know what I mean.
It's a thrill, but I'm sure that we can't teach you guys anything about marine mammals. You guys have it all there.
Well,
I know.
Yeah, we kind of do. Have you seen our Prime Minister?
I'll go there.
Yeah, no, politics isn't a good thing. It's sort of like a love-hate thing, isn't it? Which is a damn good segue, really, into love-hate. Now, what, you couldn't make up your mind? Floyd loved it, you hated it? Which one was it?
Well, I loved the job that Chris did. I mean, that's the range he shows in that. In contrasting the love and the hate, he's hitting notes that I didn't know existed in a full voice.
Fantastic, it really, really is. Got to be honest with you, this one to us only just came in last night, so we're still wearing this one in a little bit. We played it earlier on this morning and absolutely blew up our internet, got to be honest. There you go, it's true. Here's Rick Pearce and Rick Pearce Group with love hate. Excuse me. Dear, oh dear. Sorry, Rick, I'm an asthmatic. It's the only time I shut up is when I run out of breath. Do you guys have the SPCA over there? Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals?
I think they recently changed their name, though, that there's something more global.
Okay.
But I think it's the same organization.
We have one here, and it's currently upset with our government.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all about these round bales of hay.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently they figure that the animals aren't getting a square meal.
Oh, I hope they don't come down on me because I think the animals are a square meal.
Yeah, well, you know, me too. So I take it you're not a vegetarian or a vegan.
Correct. To each his own, but
yeah. Well, this is true. But you might be able to help me now, because now that we've gone down this road, for years I've been trying to come to the bottom of a myth. Literally. Now, you know that every myth has a certain amount of truth in it, right?
Okay.
Okay. So, have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
No, not a vegan.
No. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out whether they're made of real vegans or not.
All right.
Another one for the no. That on the no side. Dear, oh dear. I did an interview with a representative or an executive of a company called Johnson & Johnson. And I knew I was going to be doing it, so I got the receptionist, Rachel, to go down to the supermarket and pick me up a couple of products. You know what I mean? And as I'm sitting there talking to this guy, I picked up a bottle of this clear liquid stuff, and he goes, "Yes, that's our product." And I went, "It says baby oil." He goes, "Yep." This is how many babies goes in a bottle. They haven't spoken to me yet, and that's 9 years ago.
Hey, Love Hate's a short song.
Sorry. That's right. Sorry about that, Rick. I couldn't quite hear you. I had three different voices going on at the same time. What was it you said?
Oh, I just said that Love Hate is a rather short song compared with the other ones on the album.
Well, you know, I'm in...
That was long to tell jokes to each other.
Well, this is true. It really is quite true. But, you know, some people are blessed. They're actually listening to the music rather than me spouting old jokes. So I do apologise. But I did warn you that you might find yourself chuckling at some stage, which really, you know, I feel sorry for anybody that may be watching this later on, including all of the band. So please apologise to them in advance, won't you?
Yeah, I think it's my shortest guitar solo, too. I should have done something about that.
Well, there you go. We're even, really. Having said that, my friend, we are going to wrap it up after this. And I do have to ask you, have you got anything new coming up in the near future?
That's the current task at hand is new material. We're looking to be able to play live, and we started rehearsals about 6 weeks ago, and have been making our ears bleed. But new material is the order of the day. In fact, that's what I've been doing here at the old workstation.
Nice. Well, basically, why I'm asking that is maybe you'll pass it down to us. We'll be able to put it on the airwaves, and maybe, just maybe, you might want to come back and talk about it in the near future. Do you feel like coming back again and putting up with this old man?
Yeah, it's two of us.
Very, very cool. Now, believe me, this morning, and this came in this morning, and I'm absolutely loving it. I only heard it once this morning in production, and I know production loved it as well. That's why they've ended up putting it up as the last track. So, a storm is coming. Tell me all about this.
A storm is coming. This I referred earlier with where TikTok was the first song that we finished. A Storm is Coming is the first song that we started on, and it was the last song that we finished. But it was the song that convinced me that I wanted to start working with Floyd again. After this was kind of interesting because Floyd and I we were in a band together. We did two albums that especially the first one did rather well in Europe. We did two albums together, and we lost touch with each other for nearly over 15 years. Floyd, we haven't even mentioned it yet. We mentioned the other people involved in this, Frankie on drums, Izzy on bass, and Chris on vocals. But Floyd is independently well known because of his invention, the Floyd Rose tremolo system. And he's better known as a piece of hardware that every time I look down at one of my guitars, I see his name right there. And that was what brought us back together again, because I had talked to my guitar tech that I wanted to do a modification on one of my Les Pauls. I wanted to put a Floyd tremolo on it. And he says, well, you know Floyd, you played in a band with him, call him up. And I did. It was like the old spark came back, and we were friends again, just like that. What was I talking about?
Well, a storm is coming, literally. But I've got to be honest with you. I kind of when I saw Floyd's name there, my friend, I got to be honest with you. I said to Barbara, "This can't be the Floyd that is familiar to me." And she goes, "In what capacity?" I says, "Well, actually, as an engineer, the name means something somewhere down the track. I've just got to think about it. Now that you pointed it out to me, I know exactly what I've been looking at and what I've been searching for within this. So absolutely fantastic that you got Floyd on board. It really, really is. That's brilliant."
Floyd is a thing, not a person, but he is my friend, and he's a gifted collaborator, songwriter, and producer. He produced this album too, the latest album, and he produced the two Q5 albums also.
Fantastic. Now, I digress. I got to be honest with you. Can we get back to A Storm Is Coming? Because believe me, I'm absolutely fascinated with this track, and would really, really like to know the skinny on it.
Yeah, it was a very emotional time. That's all I can really say without getting too personal. But the song was the one that really, I think that Floyd wanted to see it get put out, because it really meant something important to him, and he would be the best one to comment on that. But that being said, that was the song that to me, it reminded me of when things were good back in the 80s, and the riff, the heavy riff, the lyrics were almost more kind of blues tinged than most of what I have been doing. Although we've always had that edge to us, I think, and that was the song that convinced me that we needed to work together again.
You know, absolutely love it. I really, really do. And I think it's going to rocket around our breakfast show. I really do. So you're right here at Galaxy, joined today live by Rick Pierce from Rick Pierce Group Here's A Storm Is Coming. Right, so when we finish this, my friend, don't go anywhere because Barbara's going to take some photos. Some of the other staff are going to rush the monitors and take some pickies as well. Barbara will put it all together into a movie. Now you'll get the you'll get the YouTube version of this that we've done right now, pretty much instantaneously. Literally, it's But Barbara will put this movie together, and you'll probably get that tomorrow at some stage, including some of the pickies. Now I've got to ask you, Rick, have you ever been a cartoon?
A cartoon? No.
No? Oh, well, you might be now. If I know Barbara, you may be. She makes a cartoon out of me all the time, literally. So, yeah.
Okay.
Be interesting anyway, literally. But having said that, when we've done that, I want to have a chat to you about promoting you a little bit more. And if it's okay, I'd like to put you into a magazine that we're associated with.
Okay.
Free of charge, doesn't cost a thing, except for maybe a little bit of time. It's a 6-page spread, so it might be a little bit of time just, giving answers and stuff like that.
Video.
But, and a small video, about 30 seconds or so.
Okay.
Brilliant. And believe me, you'll love it. It's one of the more reputable magazines I've ever worked with, to be very honest with you. And so much so that we are now partners in business.
All right.
This particular magazine is called Lazy Indie Magazine, and it comes out of Bangalore, India.
No kidding.
No, believe me.
I've been on the bill with some Indian metal bands. That there are a couple of them that I know of.
Okay, it wouldn't have been Garish and the Chronicles, would it?
Bloody Wood?
I don't.
Bloody Wood?
Bloody Wood? Bollywood?
Bloody Wood.
Bloody Wood? Yeah.
Bolly-
Okay.
No.
But having said that, it goes a little bit deeper and a little bit further than that as well. But I'm just giving you pretty much the overview right now of what I would really like to talk to you about, because believe me, we only put the best of the best into the magazine. And from there, you never know, you might end up doing a few shows over in India itself.
Awesome.
And I'll have a chat to you about that right after this, okay? But believe me, there's lots happening, really. And India is about to open up again. And we're right there with our finger right up its bum. to coin a phrase.
Awesome. That's terrific.
It is, because believe me, we may make history today.
No, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
And this, on the other hand, is a long guitar solo.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to Rick Pierce from Rick Pierce Group. I'm going to get this right, and absolutely enjoyed meeting Rick and everything to do with the music today. Rick, I've got to thank you so much for joining us here at Galaxy. And just one question, will you come back and do it again? Are you prepared to subject yourself to this all over again?
This has been a blast.
Brilliant. Would love to be able to form a relationship with you. And believe me, I think your band itself is absolutely fantastic. I hear music every day, literally, and from time to time, one stands out. I think Rick Pierce Group is that band. Really do love you very, very much. So please, love and respect to everybody, including, of course, we want to give a big hug and respect to Floyd Rose and tell him, please, don't stop doing what he's doing.
Thank you so much. I will convey that to all of the boys.
Fantastic, fantastic. In the meantime, please don't go anywhere because I do want to have a chat to you, but for everybody else out there, thank you so much for joining us today. Join myself and Barbara for the breakfast show tomorrow morning between 5:30 in the morning and 10. And believe me, 100% Galaxy artists, 110% best in the world, all indie. Can't miss it. Absolutely fantastic. In the meantime, though, better move on. Have a very happy and successful day. Happy radio, everyone.